SMARCO is about equipping Europe's future workforce in the field of smart communities, specifically for professions in the field of engineering, planning and procurement, with an emphasis on Europe's resilience in a digital decade. The supply and demand analysis provides a foundational base to most of the central project activities, starting from the urgent upskilling courses with a comprehensive competence matrix to the development of long-term courses that will take place in different universities, different faculties, and also within vocational education training providers for the reskilling and upskilling of the existing workforce. It also represents a cornerstone for the long-term strategy and blueprint that directly contributes to the skills agenda through the Pact of Skills. The methodological development of the skills gap analysis required an iterative process with a multi-phase approach and a set of mixed methods to put together a group of academics from different disciplines and work in a development process to reach an interdisciplinary approach through this comprehensive methodology that also wanted to balance between the academic aspect and ensuring a link to the stakeholders and the external labor market and the industry and the private sector. So the methodology included an assessment of the existing occupational profiles, moving to the definition of two emerging occupational roles, then the demand analysis of the skills in the current labor market and forecasting the future demand. It also included a mapping of the current training offer in academia and in VET to understand what is available today and develop a comprehensive and a concrete understanding of the gap and the mismatches between what is needed and what is currently available. The emphasis also is put on the foresight of the scenarios of the skills in the field of smart cities and smart communities to then develop the courses, the training courses, the future looking upskilling and reskilling activities that will continue as a part of the project.
We have built two occupational profiles as the project proposes: a smart community resilience engineer and a smart community resilience solutions procurer or planner. After a thorough research, we defined four main phases in order to reach our targets. In the first phase, we tried to find the most relevant and similar occupations to these profiles. In the second phase, we have identified the most similar skills to these profiles, and in the third phase we have generated a kind of description with these profiles, and finally we have tried to categorize the extracted skills into some groups and categories. We have used AI tools, we have used natural language processing algorithms in order to analyze 3,000 occupations in ESCO, and let me say over 14,000 skills in ESCO. Also, in each step we asked our partners to recommend any kind of profile which they think they're quite identical to these, our targeted profile I mean, in order to be sure that our mindset is quite, let's say, in alignment with them. And so finally we have built these profiles, which consist of a description and a set of groups of skills with ESCO illustrative examples.
Task 2.3 is the voice of stakeholders. We started our analysis with the desk research of all the skill needs, referring to the literature, and then we moved to the job posting analysis just to find some more specific trends in terms of job opportunities and skills needs for the future. Then we moved to the most interesting part of our task, the dialogue with the stakeholders. We organized a big survey that has the ability to involve more than 150 stakeholders belonging to different ecosystems. Then we passed to 20 selected and very focused interviews, and we finally arrived to a workshop, an online work cafe format, in which we interviewed and were able to bring to the table academia and researchers, public administration, governments, people coming from the private sector, as well as a good representative of citizens and NGOs. From that part, then we moved to the analytical part, in which we triangulated all these inputs, finally to arrive to a good selection of critical skills for the future of smart communities. These skills are belonging to, let's say, 5 categories that have to do with climate adaptation, system thinking, AI governance and digital literacy, sustainable resources and management, as well as with innovative and inclusive capacities. This is, of course, one of the most important outcomes of our task that is bringing us to understand that the future skill needs for smart communities are not only related to the technical skills, but also and mainly to a human-centric perspective.
Task 2.4 offers an extensive mapping on existing training offers in the EU level for skills related to smart communities. So in Task 2.4 we developed an extensive data set of training offers mapped through the first year of the project that gradually it developed to the Smart Community Skills Resources Catalog, containing 200 mapped training offers at the EU level.
Hello. We contributed at the Work Package 2 of SMARCO project with 2 major tasks. One was the training needs gap analysis, and the second was the horizon scanning for smart city skills. Out of these 2 tasks, one message became evident. It was very clear that the future of smart cities is not only about technology, but it is about people and their ability to anticipate this change. The SMARCO job foresight work tells us a story of transition. Cities are moving from isolated digital initiatives to integrated ecosystems where AI, sustainability, governance, and human-centric innovation, all of them evolve together. The horizon scanning is not about research, it's not a research exercise. It becomes a compass that helps education, policy, and industry move into the same direction. But what I find most powerful is the shift from reacting to trends towards shaping them. So we have to shape our cities. And in order to do this, new roles are emerging at the intersection of data governance, climate change, and participatory urban development. Learning pathways become dynamic, skills become hybrid, and collaboration becomes the real infrastructure behind resilient cities. With another strong message that is emerging from the work is the growing skill gap. There is a skill gap within the existing training market. While many training programs still focus on traditional, digital, or sector-specific competencies, the future of smart cities depends on hybrid job profiles that combine AI, green transitional awareness, governance capability, and transversal skills such as system thinking and adaptability. Current training ecosystems often lag behind these interdisciplinary needs, producing specialists who are either technologically competent but not fully prepared for the integrated urban challenges. Bridging these skill gaps required a shift from fragmented courses toward a foresight-driven learning pathways that align education with emerging occupational profiles and the real demands of resilient data-driven cities. So the message in building the cities of 2035 starts today with foresight, shared vision and continuous learning. And SMARCO project is about this. We're going to provide these needs.
After the first year's accomplishment in our work package, we are also looking forward to continuing our results throughout the rest of the project to keep the findings that we have up to date and to supply the project, the partners in the project, our activities and also future activities with further information and more up-to-date information. So what we are planning is in the further years of the project to revisit the comprehensive methodology we have already done, re-engage our stakeholders to uncover new needs, to see which skill resources are available, have become available in the meantime, and to make sure that the skill resources we already identified, we also continue with those, and that we make sure those are up to date. We will then update the skill gap analysis that we already have established to make sure that all stakeholders involved in the project and outside the project are supplied with up-to-date information also in the last phases of the project.
This work represents an important step towards a reskilled and upskilled European workforce for a resilient and smart community.